Isn't money a wonderful thing? It gives us food, water, shelter. There's no way something so innocent and useful could ever be used to ruin our lives. Debt, greed, debt, unhappiness, greed, debt, foreclosures, financial crimes, scams, falling economy, greed. Oh wow, that was weird. Well, that did get me thinking. At what point does making money go from necessary to an obsession?
Well, let's go on an adventure to find out.
Wait, what? Where the heck am I? Coming as a surprise to absolutely no one, childhood plays a huge role in determining our relationship with money as we get older. And unfortunately, for the average child living in America, you likely grew up with parents who were a part of the 60% of adults who admit to living paycheck to paycheck. And the boy lived in such a scenario. Many a times in his upbringing, the boy would be disturbed by the sound of his parents' constant arguing and back and forth. And you may be wondering what could cause such a turmoil between two people who claim to love each other. Well, as usual, it was the bills. And of course, the boy hated it anytime his parents would argue, but to him, it always seems like they would argue over the same things every night. The boy frequently finds himself being woken up in the middle of the night to the noise of his father crunching numbers on the calculator. Absolutely perplexed at what his father could possibly be doing at this hour, the boy went back to sleep. But what he didn't know was his parents were behind on bills, and if they couldn't figure out a way on how to stay afloat soon, they'll be in a deeper financial hole than they already were. Whenever the boy wanted to spend time with his parents, he was often rejected because his parents were almost always too busy or too tired from working all day to interact with him. And as one would expect, this level of neglect took its toll on the boy. At that point in his life, it seemed like every conversation he overheard from his parents had the word money or bill payment in it, and he unknowingly became sick of it. But who knows? Maybe this is normal. Surely, if he's dealing with this, other kids his age must be going through something similar with their parents as well, is what he thought. But then, the boy started to notice subtle differences between him and his friends. He turned to his left and noticed that his friends' clothes were significantly better than his. He took a look at his friend's shoes and he noticed that it looked fresh. Way better than the shoes that he had on. As a matter of fact, his parents haven't purchased him a new pair of sneakers in a couple years. And anytime he asked, they said that the shoes he had already were fine. And from that moment, he realized his friend was dripped out from head to toe. But then, that's when he saw it. And the boy couldn't believe his eyes. Is that a brand new iPhone 15 Pro Max? Impossible, he thought to himself. How could a kid his age already have a cell phone? Frantically, the boy asked his friend how he was able to acquire such a device. The boy's friend goes on to explain that his parents were the one who paid for his new cell phone, and how that's not really much of a big deal because everyone else in class also has a cell phone as well. The boy was in utter disbelief. No way, this had to have been fake. So he grabbed his friend's phone to test if it was legit, and by the gods, it was real. He couldn't believe it. The boy was the only one of his friends whose parents didn't buy him a cell phone. Excited to explore this new technology, he noticed that his friend did not have any data or connection to the internet. So he quickly signs into this suspicious public
Mr.
Wi-Fi.
Simmons, phones in my class?
Wait, it's not even my phone.
And what's worse, you tried connecting to an unsecure internet connection. What a joke. All right, class, for tonight's homework, I'm gonna need you to download
Surfshark VPN,
the sponsor for today's video. Surfshark VPN? What's that? Well, you freaking morons, a VPN is a service that helps you protect your data and hide your personal information while you're surfing the internet. Class, what stupid mistake was Mr. Simmons about to make?
I know this one. Connecting to an unsecure and unprotected public Wi-Fi connection.
Correct!
But like a Trojan horse, public Wi-Fi seems safe at first, but really, you're putting yourself at risk for cyber attacks and for potential hackers to get access to and steal your personal information. Like that one suspicious man sitting in the corner right there.
Wait, is he supposed to be here? But that's where Surfshark VPN comes in. You can sleep well at night knowing that your data is protected from cyber attacks and internet viruses. Teacher, I'm actually concerned. Sir, this is a middle school.
Not only that, but I've been using Surfshark personally for some time now, and I realized recently that Netflix in America took away my favorite movie about ethical money and business practices. But Surfshark has an option where you can select your virtual location. So, although I live in America, I can set my location to Japan, and now I have access to movies I wouldn't normally have in the US. God bless you, Jordan Belfort.
Alright guys, I'm gonna call the cops. Wait, he's running away! Don't be a fool like Mr. Simmons. Use code Tyreek or click the link in the description below and you can get 4 months free plus a 30-day money-back guarantee. Thank you to Surfshark for being my first sponsor. Wow, thanks teacher. I knew I could count on you.
The boy did not know this, but his experience seeing his parents struggle with money, as well as comparing himself to others who appeared to be more financially well off than him and his family, started to cultivate what would become his money script. You see, a money script is something that we all have, which is just the unconscious belief we hold about money that usually stem from our influences in our childhood and the behavior we saw from our parents and family members. And there are 4 types of money scripts one could develop: money status, or the belief that your self-worth is tied to the amount of money that you have; money avoidance, or the belief that money is evil and having a lot of money means you're greedy and corrupt; money vigilance, or the belief that money is important, although you tend to find yourself aggressively saving, constantly worried about the feeling of having enough money; and money worship, or the belief that money is the key to happiness, and having more money and more possessions means that you'll be happier. You know, the funny thing about money worship is, it's typical for people who came from a family background of scarcity and financial insecurity to grow up doing everything in their power, obsessing over gaining as much money as possible so that they never feel that sense of insecurity ever again. And that is the exact situation the boy found himself in. He hated seeing how much struggle and stress his parents went through just to make ends meet, and he also didn't like the feeling of not having enough compared to his friends, especially since it seemed like all of his friends were better off than him and happier because of it. So the boy instinctively vowed that when he became an adult, that he will have so much money that his future family will never have to face the same financial struggle and insecurity his parents faced when he was a kid. That's a pretty honorable goal for someone to have. Hopefully it stays that way and doesn't turn into a toxic obsession. But then, before the boy could utter a single word, that's when he saw it. The most beautiful thing he ever laid his eyes on. My God. Just look at the boy's face. Try as he might, he can't bring himself to look away from this majestic vehicle. So majestic, so sleek, so rich. And that's when the boy thought to himself, could he buy a car like that one day? Is that level of wealth and happiness even possible for someone?
Wake up! Oh, there you are. You're back. Had me scared for a second there. You like the little trip I took you on? Oh. What was that? You're the one who said you wanted to learn more about how people become obsessed with money, remember? You know, like how much your family can influence you and how you view money into your adulthood, and if you typically come from scarcity, you're more likely to worry about money and blah blah blah. What? I trapped you in a video game? Don't worry about that. Experience can sometimes be the best teacher, my friend. And I have my methods. And speaking of, it's your turn to play. What? No. What do you mean you don't want to play anymore? Come on, don't you want to see what happens next? Sometimes all you need is a little motivation.
A lot has changed since the last time we saw the boy. For starters, the boy is now the man. And the man made a lot of positive changes into his adulthood. He has a new apartment, a new suit, a new job. Actually, a job that he loves. As a matter of fact, he's doing so well career-wise, he now makes a significant amount more money than both of his parents did combined when he was a child. And you'd probably think, man, he really has a lot going on for him. He must be so satisfied with what he's already accomplished. Well, you would think. You see, there was a bit of a compulsive habit he developed out of fear of scarcity. And I'll just show you this montage so you see what I mean. Ever since he finally understood the money struggles his family experienced as a child, he started to really focus on saving his money. And you're probably like, but Tyreek, that's a good thing. And you're right, it is. But the man took it to an obsessive level. Literally every penny that came into his grubby little hands was saved. And it became a game to see how far he could cut corners in order to save a buck. But to the man, all of this penny pinching was worth it because he had a goal in mind. And gosh darn it, was he focused. Witnessing that car as a child was the first time the man was exposed to the possibility of wealth in his life. But if you thought it stopped there, oh boy, you're in for a treat. We obviously need money to support our basic survival needs such as food, shelter, and healthcare. And because it's very literally the foundation on how we're able to live a life, in our modern society, money is naturally a primary focus for everyone. And it only gets worse once we become more incentivized to desire money outside of our basic needs. In a lot of our jobs and careers, especially in the corporate world, the more work that you do, hopefully, the more you get paid. And in specific jobs like sales where your main source of income is commission, unfortunately, money has to be at the top of your mind because you're always chasing that next bonus. And over time, that continual action/reward system that activates the dopamine in your brain will cause a stronger urge and desire for money. Or consumerism. And you know how sometimes we as humans like money? Well, businesses really like money. But the problem is, businesses know that after we pay for our basic necessities, we don't need their additional products anymore. So to combat this, they sell us this idea that we need their product in order to be happy. A $300 cell phone that can call, text, and have all the features you'd ever need? What are you, poor? How about a $1,000 cell phone that does everything the $300 does, except now you have a better camera, shinier design, and a bunch of features you'll use once and never think about again. But hey, at least you won't look broke in front of your friends. For as long as media has been around, we've been shown advertisements about how much more convenient and how much better our lives will be if we buy so-and-so's company's product. Whether it's the car you drive, the house you live in, or the watch you wear, we've been sold the idea that nicer things equals a better life. And what's worse? Because we view having money as security and having a secure life makes us happy, it's easy for us to assume that having more money means we'll be even happier, which almost never ends up being the case. And to top it off, imagine you, the average person, who goes through the same financial stress most people do. You know, bills, debt, rising prices, etc. But then you look at wealthy people who, from your perspective, never have to deal with that level of stress. And you view that life as better than yours, which is false. What was that one thing J. Cole said? But unbeknownst to him, that is the exact trap the man found himself in. He was a man on a mission. He wanted, nay, he needed to live that luxurious life he saw wealthy people live. Or at least whatever lifestyle would allow him to get that car. Look at that beauty. He despised the idea of struggling with money like his parents did. And in his mind, the only way to do that is to gain that level of financial freedom. Oh, and one thing I forgot to mention earlier is that ever since the man moved out of his parents' home and into his new apartment, he hasn't really been keeping in touch with his parents or friends or pretty much anyone for that matter. He's missed family dinners, Thanksgivings, Christmases, holidays, and other events he's been invited to. His excuse? Well, of course, he was too busy working towards that financial independence to spend time doing anything else, and he justified it by believing that his family will benefit from his wealth one day. So even if they're mad today, they won't be mad when I throw in a couple $1 million in their bank account. The typical day for the man looked like this. He wakes up and starts his day with his favorite motivational video. He eats breakfast, walks out the door to head to his 9 to 5, but not before paying homage to his heroes. Gets back from work, grabs something to eat while watching his favorite least controversial finance YouTuber. Then he spends the rest of the night on grind set mode, working on his multiple businesses and investment ventures he started in hopes of chasing that wealth. He works tirelessly throughout the night because he had one goal in mind. Friends? Families? Hobbies? Who needs that? Anything like that right now is a distraction that takes me away from my goal. But all the man could think about was that this had a purpose. The man keeps telling himself that this is temporary and there's a light at the end of the tunnel. They'll see, once I become successful and make boatloads of money, then they'll understand. This is for my family, right? And besides, it's my parents' fault anyways. Maybe if we didn't have so much financial troubles growing up, I wouldn't have to bail them out now. You know, maybe if they actually had some good financial teachings themselves, I wouldn't have to be working as hard. God, maybe if they weren't so poor and left an actual financial legacy, I wouldn't even have to be bailing them out. Crazy thought. Maybe if they actually worked half as hard as I am right now, maybe they would have been rich. And maybe, just maybe, we would have actually spent some time together. Makes no sense worrying about that now, though. I've got work to do. Oh gosh, just look at all these wealthy people that don't have a worry in the world. Clearly, they're so much happier and they have so much nicer things than we have that I need in my life. The houses, the yachts, the clothes, the travel, the vacations, the freedom. It's so close. I can just taste it. I don't want to be broke like my stupid parents. I know what I need to do. This is for the right reasons. And there's nothing in this world that can stop me from accomplishing the...
Oh my God, stop calling me! Whoa, take it easy, all right? I'm on your side. Besides, I think you're doing a great thing, actually. Parents? Who needs them? Well, I mean, if they really loved you, they would have worked harder to make sure that you didn't grow up poor. But, that's just my opinion. But, hey look, I see that you're working really hard to make some money, and I am proud of you for that. So, let me let you in on a little secret, huh? I can give you the life of your dreams right now. That's right, I can take you to a world where all the money and material possessions that you've ever dreamed of will now be yours at the drop of a hat. I mean, you've already sacrificed so much, and you're gonna get there anyway, so I may as well speed up the process for you. What do you say? Alright, let's get going then. Oh, what's my name? I've been called multiple things throughout the years. Some good things, some things, but you know what? I like you. I'll give you the honor of being the first person to know my real name. Greed. See you on the other side, cowboy.
Wait, where am I? Is this my apartment? Wait, is this real? Pinch me, I must be dreaming. Is this my apartment? That couch, this kitchen, that bathroom. Oh yeah, that hits the spot. This freaking skyline? God damn! Woo! Man, this is fantastic. Wait, let me look at my bank account. Woohoo! Finally, everything I've been fighting for is here. Ha, I gotta call Dad. He's going to be so proud of me.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message.
No answer from Dad. That's weird. Well, he usually calls me anyways, so I guess I'll just wait until he... Wait, there's still one thing I need to check. There it is!
Got my arms open for your love. Oh, I want to be near you. I hear angels from up above. They sing hallelujah. They sing hallelujah.
This is everything I wanted and more. Let me check if Dad... That's funny. I've been driving around for a while. It's been a couple hours and Dad usually would have called me 10 times by now. I mean, I hope he's okay. Well, let's see what else this new wealthy life has to offer, huh? Woo-hoo! A private plane? Now that's what I'm talking about. Man, look how beautiful that sun looks. I could stay up here for hours. Up in the sky. All alone. All by myself with no one else here to enjoy this with. Well, clearly I need to go out and meet people who I can share my wealth with. Woohoo, yeah! Clubbing and partying with complete strangers anytime I want. Yeah, that's definitely how I want to spend my time, and definitely not, you know, with my family or anything like that. A boat? Yay, I guess. You know, my dad really loves boats. It was a dream of mine when I became successful to buy him one. It'd be really nice if I were able to speak with him right now so I can tell him about the success I got.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice
what the heck is
message
going on? Whatever. At least there's one thing I know that can still cheer me up. Wow, look at me. I'm driving this nice car again for like the 100th time. I guess it just doesn't hit the same like it did the first time. Whatever, I'm going back home. God, I don't understand. This is everything I thought I wanted. But why do I feel like my life now is more empty than it's ever been? God, I can't believe I did this for a stupid car. I thought I was doing a good thing. I thought I was doing this for my family, and I thought chasing money and getting rich was the thing everyone needed to do to live a good life. But how good could life be if I drive away everyone I love just to get it? I just want to spend more time with my parents, but I guess that's what I've always wanted all along. That's it. I gotta get out of here. And I think I know just how to do that.
You did it! You figured it out! It took you a little bit longer than I thought it would, but you figured it out nonetheless. You found out the true secret behind money obsession. You see, if I were a good person, I would have told you that money past a certain point doesn't really have much impact on your overall life happiness. You see, if I were a good person, I probably would have told you already that if your idea of living a fulfilled life is having a fast car, a big house, and traveling all year long, then that stuff gets boring really quick. And then I'd suggest looking elsewhere for true fulfillment. And finally, if I were a good person, I would have told you since the beginning that money becomes an obsession when you start chasing it at the expense of all the other things in your life that brings you joy. And you can't say, I'm doing it for my family. if you ruin the relationship you have with your family just to get there. But alas, I'm not a good person. Well, to be fair, I'm not even a person per se. At least not in the traditional sense. Because, I'm you. And I was never really here. And I was never really here.
Dad? Dad, is that really you? Wait, before you say anything, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I've been so distant lately, and I hate that I've been ignoring you and Mom. Can we maybe meet up sometime later today? Oh, you're the best. All right. Love you, Dad.